All right, hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. It is me, Rachel Cross, bringing you Art from the Heart time, where everything we create is with a point and a purpose. Today I'm going to bring to you an activity that I truly enjoy and I've done with many different kids and students across the age range, and everybody always likes it. So I definitely wanted to bring that to you today. And the point and the purpose of the project today is all about things that we can grow. I know that we like to grow big and strong, and we all grow at different paces, but I'm not quite talking about our physical growth. I'm not talking about the growth of our hair, if it's long or short, or our fingernails, right? What do they look like? No, I'm not talking about that kind of growth. I'm actually talking about growth that we have inside of us. Our emotional growth, our attributes growth. What is an attribute? Attributes are characteristics that are healthy and positive and will help you have a door of possibilities open to you through your characteristics and good insights and manners that way. And I love, love, love introducing these to you. And a big reason why is because Miss Rachel has had to learn to grow these things herself. I would never bring something to you that I haven't done myself. And I have actually put in the work and the time and the learning on how to grow good characteristics and attributes. And this is definitely a project that has helped me learn to remind myself and to stay on track with the things that I wanted to grow. So with that, let me introduce you to the supplies today. Here's a little sample of what we are going to make. Let me show you that first so that you can actually see what it is. So it is a little ceramic pot, little clay pot. And I did check into the dollar store. They do have them. And I think they sell them maybe a couple for $1. Or even at Michael's, I really think they're like 79 cents or something. Even Walmart. Very, very affordable. Not expensive at all. So it's just a little pot, just like this, and it's going to start out plain. We're going to paint it. And when you paint a pot like this, you're going to want to use acrylic paint, some type of craft paint, not a washable paint. We don't want to use that because it will come off, because this is going to get wet when we water it. So we want something that's going to hold up. And again, these acrylic craft paints are about 50 cents at Walmart. I didn't quite see them at the dollar store, but I do know even at Michael's, I believe they're like maybe 80 cents. Again, all under $1, not expensive. And you can use several colors, you can use one color, whatever you're able to do. We will need to use some paintbrushes, and I have some scissors just for a few little bit of cutting, which we will cut the little picket signs that I have right here, right? We're just gonna cut up, and I just use scrap paper for that. I didn't use anything fancy at all by any means. And I do need some little toothpicks, right? Toothpicks are very inexpensive as well, and you get a whole bunch for like $1. So that's pretty good. If you have more than one person in your home wanting to create this, it's definitely something you can do with multiple people for probably around $5 or so, right? That's pretty good. So we also need some soil, some dirt. If you have any kind of flower garden at home that already has it, maybe you can steal a little bit from that. But I do need a bag of soil. They come in different sizes because we're going to actually grow a little plant. And with that, we will need some dry beans. I have some dry beans here. I got them for $1 for a whole giant bag at the store. So we want dry. You can use any kind of dried bean. Dried beans do good with growing. So we do need one of those, and we need some tape to attach our sign, our little picket sign, to the toothpick, and just something to write with. So when we write on our sign, we have something to write with. It can be anything, anything at all. And again, if you choose to just create the pot and not the signs, that is absolutely fine. There is never a wrong way to create art when you do art from the heart. So with that, I need a little bit of water, because we will definitely have to put some water on the soil when we first plant the little bean. And then I just have a little bit in a cup for my paintbrushes, just kind of toss them in there as we go. So with that, I want to get started with thinking of what are these attributes and characteristics that I can grow, that are healthy, and that will benefit me in the long run of life. They will be a positive influence, not only on myself, but others around me and in the world that I choose to create. So with that, I wanted to think of some things and always write them down so I stay on track when I get to creating. So there are different things that I can grow. I have on the list so far positivity, I have hope, and I have endurance. Endurance is being able to go in the long run, to keep with the race, to keep going, to be able to hang with it and kind of push through at times. That's endurance. I really like that word. But you know what else I want to grow? I want to grow honesty. Honesty can sometimes be a tricky one because it's not always fun telling the truth and being honest. Sometimes we're scared that we might get in trouble. Sometimes we're worried about what people are going to think about us, right? What are people going to think if I tell the truth right now? But all of that is okay, and honesty is a great characteristic to grow. You know what else is a really good one? Trustworthiness. Trustworthiness, and that's a big word. Trustworthiness is the ability to be trusted. And we have to gain trust a little bit at a time. Some people just give us trust and then they hope that we hold it and we don't break it. Some people, they want us to earn their trust, and through little things at a time. And the biggest way to earn trust is by doing what you say you will do. Following through with your words and or your actions, your characteristics, is a great way to grow trust between people. And that may take a process, and that is okay. And for those of us that we don't trust anybody else right now, that's okay. That is okay. Little at a time, when it is time, trust will come to you and others. And the last thing, let me see, I had a bigger list. Oh, I want to grow, let's see, being dependable. That's another big word. Being dependable means people can count on me. People can count on me. So honesty, trustworthiness, and dependability, they all kind of go together, and that's why I picked them. So that is dependability, again, a big word, but that is the ability for people to say, hey, she's actually going to do what she says she's going to do, and I can depend on her upholding that. And all of these are great characteristics to grow. I started growing mine one at a time. The list for me was way too big at first, and I didn't know where to start. So I actually started with one at a time, and being trustworthy was one of the first ones I started with. And I'm so glad that I did. So with that, let's go ahead, we'll put our list to the side, and let's go ahead and start creating and get to the fun part. So I'm going to take the clay pot, right, it's just blank right now, and I'm going to just go ahead and squeeze out some colors of paint. Now my sample one is created with stripes. I'm probably going to do something similar, but I have seen kids do flowers, their name, hearts, shapes, their favorite comic character, animation character that they wanted to put on there, whatever colors. I've even seen them write names of a loved one or somebody else that they wanted to give it to, right? And so I encourage you though to keep this for yourself, because this will stand as a reminder of growing these characteristics as our bean plant starts to sprout. So it all just stands as a reminder. I'm going to get this just a little bit wet. I'm going to just take this paint. I probably won't do the whole thing because of time, but I just want to show you how easy this is. It's very easy, and if you're unhappy with how thick the paint is or how dark it is, if you want it darker, you're not quite happy, you can kind of still see through it, that's okay. This paint, one thing that I really like using it is because it dries fast. This is a fast drying paint. Craft paint dries pretty quickly, and so it doesn't take long at all. So by the time we do these few stripes right here, and then I'm going to put it down to dry in just a minute and make our signs, it should be just about dry. So as long as we don't put a whole bunch of paint, and if so, we have time right now, we can let it sit and dry and do this kind of in a two-part process. That is okay too. But I typically do this within about a 40-minute time period, and it's dry by the time we do our planting. So it's going to be a little bit quicker today, and that's why I'm not going to paint the whole thing. So I just want to show you again just how easy this is, just to put it on there. That's why I'm just going to go ahead and do these stripes right here. And I love it. It's so bright and fun, and you get to be the creator. And I can already see that the purple is drying. How awesome is that, right? So however big you want them, however you want it to look, I'm going to go ahead and just stop right there because I can keep going. I get mesmerized by painting. I absolutely love it. So we're going to stop right there. I can already see it starting to dry. I'm actually going to set this over to the side just for a moment because I want to show you how I created the signs. Again, I just took some scrap paper that I had actually from some other creations that I did here with you guys. So I took that paper and I just went ahead and cut it in a strip, and then I cut smaller strips off of that bigger strip. And they can be any size you want. I've done really, really big ones. I've seen tiny ones. I've had kids say, I only want to put one, or do I really have to do one? It's however you choose to do it. So now we got our strips, and I will need our small toothpicks, and I will need some tape to put the little picket sign, right? That's what we're making. So let's go ahead and use our list and write on there. So I'm definitely going to write the word hope. Hope is a great thing. Hope is still remaining wishful for the future and positive about it. And then let's go ahead and write endurance. That was another big word, but I really like what it means. I barely fit it on there. And remember, if you don't quite know the spelling and everything, that is okay. That one came out a little bit hard to see, but we're going to go ahead and go with it. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over. And then I just go ahead and put the toothpick right over the little paper in the back. Just need to use a little bit of tape. And we're going to just tape the paper and the toothpick together, press it down. I've never really had a problem with them not staying, so this should be a fairly easy process. Have someone help you if you need help. This makes a great family project as well. You could even do this as a family. What do we want to grow as a family, right? And there they are, right? Our little cute little picket signs. I love it. Okay, so now that we have those made, I'm going to go ahead. It's pretty much dry. My yellow was a little bit thicker, but that's okay. I'm going to set it down. I'm going to take the dirt, and I'm just going to go ahead and I cover the thing just to make sure, because it's going to spill out a little bit. I encourage you to use a cup when putting it in, just to kind of control it a little more, or a bowl or anything that you have. So I went ahead and I filled it. I just filled it about halfway. And so I fill it halfway, and I'm going to stop, and I'm going to take a bean. I actually always plant two just in case one doesn't grow. And remember, if it grows or doesn't grow or grows and dies, that's okay. We are going to keep continuing growing these things that we choose to grow. It is okay. We're not going to stop just because the bean didn't work or the bean plant grows and dies, because it's probably going to do that. But if it does, you can always plant another one and even recreate the process. So I just stuck the beans in there, and so I kind of buried them a little bit so you can't even see them right now. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put some more soil, here we go, over the top. I think I might be covering it. There we go. That's probably a better angle. And I'm going to go ahead and just gently push it down. I'm going to take just a little bit of water, and I'm going to pour it in there, because of course we know that our seeds are going to need sunlight and water, and for us to care for them as we try to grow it. I think that's probably good. And then from there, now that I have it planted, I will take however many signs I want, however I made. I just choose to make 2 right now, and then I just stick it in there. And look how cute that is. I absolutely love it. So then from here, I would take it and put it by a sunlight with window with sunlight, or somewhere where I know it will have sunlight to grow. Keep an eye on it and watch the fun and magic of this bean plant growing, right? And be able to reflect on the different attributes and characteristics that you would like to grow. And so, oh my goodness, I would love for you to share this creation with us. I want to see what you are able to create. And if you aren't able to create this exact one, please draw it, color it, paint it, write it, any way that you choose to create, any way that you can create. If all of these things that I brought today are just they're not able to get to you, you're not able to obtain them, that's okay. We can always draw a picture and still draw the picket signs and the flowers and anything that you choose to create. So please share that with us always on Instagram at #OperationStayConnected, and I hope you enjoy this activity.